In 1926, Lawrence Smith Jr. published Topper, a comedic novel about a man who is haunted by the ghosts of two of his friends when they die in a car accident. The book was made into a film in 1937, starring Constance Bennett and Cary Grant, and was a huge hit.
It's funny, I don't feel any different.
No, neither do I. Now I wonder what happened.
The film's success led to 2 film sequels, a radio series, and a TV series which ran from 1953 until 1955.
Camel, America's first choice among cigarettes, presents Topper. Starring as Marion Kirby, the loveliest ghost in town, and Jeffries. As George Kirby, the liveliest ghost in town, Robert Sterling. And Leo G. Carroll as Topper. Oh yes, and the deadliest ghost, Neil. And there are only 3 people in the world who can see or hear them. You and I, and Cosmo Topper.
A series, by the way, which helped launch the career of a writer better known for other media. By the late 80s, producers Roger Schulman and John Baskin were basking in the success of their hit show Crazy Like a Fox. When looking for a new project, they felt that the time had come to revive the Topper format and move it into the modern day. The only real question was, in 1988, who had the comic timing, good looks, and suavity of a 1930s Cary Grant?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a little number I tossed up recently in the Caribbean.
After the end of The Flying Circus, Eric Idle was probably the most prolific of the Monty Python members. He created the TV series Rutland Weekend Television, appeared in numerous films both with and without the other members of Monty Python, and even scored himself a top 10 single.
Always look on the bright side of life. Come on!
Just entering the cusp of middle age, Idle had the comic timing, gravitas, and good looks needed to play the male lead on the show. He signed on, a pilot was shot, and NBC bought it as a mid-season replacement for the 1988-89 season.
Grant and Claire recently deceased. That's not their only problem. A new family's in their home, and Gramps can see ghosts.
Read the 6th line on the chart.
But when Gramps has his problems, they can help him see it through.
You!
It's Monty Python's Eric Idle. In the spirited new comedy, Nearly Departed, after Ralph, Monday.
Nearly Departed debuted on April 10th, 1989 at 8:30, right after NBC's family hit Alf. What could possibly go wrong? Pretty much everything. First off, the show horribly underutilized Eric Idle. One of the best-known comic geniuses of the age, Idle approached the role of Grant Pritchard as if he were performing a Noel Coward comedy. Fortunately, the scripts were nowhere near worthy of his acting ability.
Just the thought of your beauty makes the angels weep.
Yuck! Who wrote that slop?
You did.
It's good slop.
You haven't called me love treasure in years.
Well, we were younger then. Things have changed.
Oh, don't be silly. Romance never dies.
No, but we did.
To top it all off, John Cleese stated in his autobiography that all of the Pythons thought of themselves as writers first and performers second. And when you've got a former Python on your team, one who's also a famous songwriter, it would make sense to take advantage of his writing ability. The producers didn't. Eric Idle didn't write a single script during the show's run, which brought the weaknesses of the material even more to the forefront. They didn't even let him write the theme song, which was blatantly ripping off Idle's musical style anyway.
Everyone lately is making me crazy. Now that we've joined the deceased, there'll be no resting in peace. Nearly nearly departed, stumbling cockeyed, the moment that rock's life came tumbling down on our heads. Maybe we're better off dead, dear.
Which brings us to the show's concept itself.
It's hard to believe there's a family of three running amok in our home. They're constantly near us, they can't see or hear us, nobody can. It's so out of hand.
That concept wouldn't even make it through to the end of the pilot.
It's hard to ignore when a family of four is running amok in our home. They're constantly near us, they can't see or hear us, nobody can, except the old man.
Realizing that Grant and his wife Claire would have to have someone to interact with, the creators decided to give the character of Grandpa Jack the ability to see, hear, and speak to the ghosts. Why did they pick Grandpa, played by Henderson Forsyth, instead of the more logical choice of Stuart Pankin's Mike? No one knows. The best and only explanation was actually offered by TV critic Howard Rosenberg of the Los Angeles Times. Why is he special? Because the script says so. The casting of Grandpa was another factor in the show's failure. Among the actors that had auditioned for the role of Grandpa were Eddie Albert, Harry Morgan, and Donald O'Connor, all big names in their own right, and all of whom had acting ability and comedic talent at least on a par with Idol. The ratings were bad, the reviews were bad, and it soon became obvious that no one wanted the show to go on. NBC pulled the plug on May 1st after airing only 4 episodes. While Nearly Departed pretty much ended Shulman and Baskin's careers as producers, it didn't really hurt the cast. Stuart Pankin continued his television career, including 4 seasons as the voice of Earl Sinclair on Dinosaurs.
Honey, I'm home!
Henderson Forsyth went back to his role as Dr. David Stewart on As the World Turns. And Eric Idle?
Of course it's a good idea! I'm God, you stupid tit!
He won a Grammy and several Tony Awards for adapting Monty Python and the Holy Grail for the stage as Spamalot in 2005, proving once and for all that even a disaster like Nearly Departed can't get you down if you just look on the bright side of life.
Just pushing up daisies, we're halfway to Hades and halfway to heaven above. Nothing